机会你不中用啊？啊，给你机会你不中用啊？
I bought these in a package of 3 on sale for like 10 bucks, and I still want them a refund. It's so bad. It's not even entertaining enough to be good. It's tormenting. Everlasting depravity. Every single second spent thinking about these games makes me want to peel my own skin off with it. So for real though, these games are just boring and kind of janky. When I tried to play it to get some B-roll footage, this was the last thing I said before completely giving up on the adventure. Bro, okay, no, I'm done. How much time I got on this game? 20 minutes, I'm done. No, I'm not playing this anymore, bro. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So to try and describe what it's like to play one of these 3 games I did play and did spend money on should suffice. It's just not worth even playing for B-roll. It's so bad. It is worse than a mobile game. So the gameplay loop is basically the same very basic enemy models chasing you around the map, and the very dated weapon mechanics is the only thing to defend you. In some games there are limited ammo, and other games there aren't enough ammo to keep you going, so you have to like knife the enemies with the knife that doesn't really do anything, especially if you go in later levels and whatnot. But it just all seems so hell-bent on making this game bloated and long as possible, so you put as much gameplay as you possibly can before you get a refund. And on top of that, the achievements make no sense. In Sex Apocalypse, for example, they have an achievement called Kill 300 Zombies, which you do, but it's accumulative, right? So would that mean that the thought of you playing this game for longer than 30 minutes would equate to you getting 90% of the achievements? Because there's 13 achievements, and I got 10 or 13 of them and only play like an hour. Especially since the achievements here are collecting all the videos and all the photos, and you only get those videos and photos by playing this game nonstop until they give you the videos and photos randomly. There isn't necessarily like a way to speed run or a way to walk through guide to get as many of the photos and videos of NSFW scenes with zombies as you possibly can. It just happens. Like I remember like playing my second time around for the B-roll footage, and I beat like 3 or 4 rounds. I leveled up like 6 or 7 times and I unlocked videos. How did I even do that? New video, new photos. They don't show me how it's done. They don't really show you anything, because it's the same looping song. It's the same looping enemies. And if you get caught in the corner with the dogs coming chasing you like the zombies in Call of Duty Black Ops round 5, you can't do anything because it's too fast. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait, I can auto the sniper? Oh! Whee! Damn it! Damn it! And also on top of that, the one thing I'll give this game is they thought of this little tiny mechanic that I haven't seen in many of these FPS games, is that you have a heavier weapon, you run slower. You have a lighter weapon, you run faster. And that's a good mechanic. Only problem is they don't really balance it, because the best weapon in this game, not only because of speed, but also on top of that, because you have one shots anyway if you headshot the enemies, is the pistol. And the pistol's best because unlimited ammo, and if you have a decent trigger finger, you can just keep spamming the shoot button and just clearing enemies. Now, it stops being useful if you don't upgrade weapons enough, which you get the prompt after you finish a round. All right, so next plan, so keep it pushing, baby. When you finish a round, the music stops entirely, and you're left here just to wander, getting the collectibles, which don't really mean anything. I think the collectibles are like a progress bar for the video or audio collection you gain in Sex Apocalypse. I don't know. I don't know. More think about this, more my brain tumor grows. The game itself is pretty bad. Only reason I want to play this game is to 100% it, because I want the 100% status to get my second 100% game ever. But besides that, not really worth it. Sex Hell, from what I remember correctly, it has a bit of a Doom knockoff aesthetic going on. I probably should play some B-roll just to get it in front of you. I really don't want to, but I'm such a good video essayist, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna sacrifice my time to get you guys that B-roll footage of a game I fucking hate, like this video. Anyway, just like that, you're also being chased by enemies. There are also some boss fights in this game, which I kind of give props for, because the other 2 games don't have boss fights. You're just fighting more and more hordes of zombies. The fact that Sex Hell gets a positive for having boss fights should show you how low the bar is for these games entirely. Now, the truly enamored necrophiliac will put in hours into this game to unlock those scenes, like I mentioned before, in Apocalypse. In Hell and Orgasm, I think the same thing as well, but different stipulations, but same end goal. You're doing this to unlock scenes. Now, the only problem with this is these said videos that I have watched for research purposes only last about 30 seconds, and it's on a loop. Because, yes, of course, that content isn't going to be that fulfilling. Because if it was, then this game wouldn't cost 10 bucks, it would cost 40. I'm okay with being bad at these games, because these games are shit. I thought I would put this right here. So this is feature editing me, again, for the 15th time. How are you doing? The thing I want to mention here is because when I decided to actually play more of Sex Hell or Sex Standing to get more B-roll footage and found out that there's more to the game than the first 20 minutes, which was absolutely horrendous, will turn anybody off. Every single turning of that phrase you can imagine.
What's all that movement back there?
By how janky the gameplay is, I actually started liking, and I actually want to see it to the end and therefore give a more thorough and full in-depth review of said games. And so that's why the Apocalypse 3D section and the standing section of the script of this video is massive. Now, Sex Hell, it is basically if you want to put as much bloatware as you possibly can in the video game to extend your runtime. Alright, I got extra. Damn! Alright. Bro, how am I getting lost? The inception of video games, like they would literally just make the game almost impossible. So you would have to put in way more time. So therefore, you're not just going to leave after 1/4 in the machine or just want to quit playing the game and never want to pick up series again once you finish in like an hour, right? The amount of time they had for like the small amount of hardware they had. So therefore, making it impossible as possible again. That's what Sex Hell does. It has like these imaginably impossible mazes and portals that have horrific platforming that you have to kill all the enemies. And if you skip a zone, you have to go all the way back to that zone. If you go back to that zone, guess what? This happens. Oh my god, I realized if I fall, I lose and die. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit, if I do this all over again. This game is so fucking stupid, bro. This game is so fucking stupid. Not only are there no checkpoints, but it'll do everything all over again. And it's just not fun or engaging enough to do this all over again. It's just not. It isn't. It's a dog shit game. So Sex Hell is easily the worst of the 3 games so far. And when that happens, you have to start it all over again, killing like 50 enemies in that same area, going through like 7 different portals. So it is extremely, extremely frustrating to play Sex Hell as a concept. And the other games are actually tolerable. And I'll get to that in a bit later. Alright, I have an update. So I put an extra 2 hours across Sex Apocalypse, Sex Hell, and Sex Standing. And I have to say, the jank has grown on me. Yeah, the dogs are the biggest problem. Everybody else I can deal with. Just focusing on them dogs, because I got that dog in me. I'm feeling like Michael Vick on the 3rd and 15th. 3 waves here. I think it's going to go up to 50 enemies until I lose, basically. There's another way, please. I can't do this anymore. Dog's gone. I can just sit back and, 2% of people bought this game, 100% of this game, by the way. I'm gonna be the 2%. Black bar meta, black bar meta. Oh, that's too close. Hey, look, it's a dip. She's so fast. Why are her arms so small compared to Shadow? What the hell? Look at that. Look at that. I'm the type of person who will get into something ironically. But one thing that grew on me about Sex Apocalypse more particularly, because that's the game I played the most in this 2-hour rerun of these games, is the jankiness plays in its favor if you adapt to it. Now again, with limited ammo, all the enemies are very one-dimensional, and on top of that, the sprint button being the shift key will have you awkwardly having your pinky or ring finger spamming that sprint button the entire time while you're running around. I am 30 minutes away from 100% in this game. By the time this video comes out, I have 100%ed my second game in my life, Sex Apocalypse 3D.
Don't care, hey, IDC my G, you will never defeat me. Going on my legacy, non-stop keep on revving me. Despite all the lethargy, pissing on your effigy. Living how I'm meant to be, physically and mentally. Whoa.
I must say, I'm taking that one to the grave. When I first played this game, I'm like, there's no way you're getting this fucking achievement. There's no fucking possible way that's gonna be possible. Only 4% of people have done the collect all videos and all photos achievements. But I'm about to do this shit. I'm about to do it right now. Oh my god, boys. Chat. I did it. I put it on my whiteboard. Look at this. It's on my whiteboard. This is proof that I went above and beyond my call of duty. Instead of just giving this series a precautionary glance and calling it a day and saying both of these games are mid, all 3 of these games are mid, I went and beat both Sex Standing and Sex Apocalypse 3D. Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay. Well, he's dead. Woo! That's it. I beat Sex Standing. I 100% it's Apocalypse 3D, which isn't that hard if you know how to play the game. But if you don't know how to play a game, it'll probably take you like anywhere from like 5 to 6 hours, 100% this game. There is no plot to be mentioned, but I wanted to name the good and bad of both the enemies and the weapons itself. Again, this is Apocalypse 3D, separate from Stranding, even though it's made by the same company. So, we're gonna start with the F tier. The lowest rated weapon I got is the bow and arrow. I don't know what they're thinking with this. Not only does it make you sprint the absolute slowest and walk, it's above the sniper for some reason in terms of damage, but at the same time, there is no reticle. It is utterly pointless. So you are shooting in the dark. While yes, it does one-shot even in mid to later levels in this game, what's the point of one-shotting things if you can't see where the shot is going? Not only that, but the tracking past like a foot in game is just bizarre. It's useless. It's trash. Don't even look at this weapon. Next up, the pistol. At first I was going to give this a B, but then I remembered every weapon ranked above it gets all the positives except the speed buff, which isn't that much if you know how to maneuver laterally in this game. At later levels, all mobs eat bullets, so therefore you kind of don't need a pistol at all. But what you can use is the AR, the automatic rifle, utterly broken. I use this for 70 to 80% of my runs that have been successful in this game, and actually the automatic rifle helped me get 100% this game, so therefore you should use it.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Short range, phenomenal. Long range, absolutely godsend, because you can use this for semi-automatic, like one shot, one tap, which is the main thing I complimented the pistol for. But you can use it in an automatic rifle and have the ability to use it full auto as well. Albeit the only downside is the recoil, but then again, it can be balanced out with the one shot, one tap semi-automatic rate. So therefore, A+ across the board. And then a shotgun, dog shit as well. Only useful in a very early level when it one-shots, because after that, because of the slow load rate and fire rate, it's kind of hard to justify its use, especially with the dog enemies in this game, which I've complained about numerous times. Alright, let's rate the mobs off the top of my head, and then that'll be it for the updates, and that should be it for all the gameplay for Zombie Apocalypse 3D that I haven't added in my first update. So, let's start off with the default zombie runners. They are from the highest I went to, I think was like level 16, 17 with like 40, 50, 60 enemies a wave. Even at they're still one shot with my automatic rifle. So I would say these default zombies like aren't even that fast. They're like very medium paced. They're the ones that you see in the very first few levels.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Damn it! I took a chance with you! We're supposed to make it big! You... I found you on the side of the street with no hopes. All they use is brains. But you miss this bad. It's over. I gotta go back. Cause she didn't even kill you. She let you walk home. Damn it.
God damn it. Oh, shit.
Their health doesn't really go up that much, and on top of that, they are easy to spot, so I give them a 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. Very easy enemies. The torch fast mobs are almost photocopies of the default zombie running mobs because they're much faster and they give fire damage. It allows them to have a bigger hurt box on their end to hit you with. So instead of a default zombie having a very small hurt box and it only goes out as far as the arm does, the pixels on the flame animation just wavering to and fro with the torch in its hand allows it to have an extended hurt box and hit you, have a longer range than it would with a default zombie. So therefore, something to look out for, but not too much that is going to be a bigger threat than it's going to be a default zombie. So I'll give this ranking like a 3 out of 10. It is a little bit, actually 4 out of 10, because the speed is fast enough that you actually have to watch out for. So therefore, kind of important, but not enough to like focus them first. The next most difficult mob I would say is probably those big, fat, sloppy butcher mobs that just run at like 0.1 miles an hour. Yes, of course. Look how slow these guys run, right? Not that important. But if you don't focus on them while you're focusing on everything else, they can just one-shot you with 1 or 2 swings, no matter what your health is. One cleave of these guys it takes half a health away. One shot merchant. The only reason why these guys are viable. If they get you in a corner, like at all, you're getting clapped. So that's why I give them like a 5 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, because like they are cannons. They are hurling big old meat rockets at your forehead. So I would say watch out for that for sure. But you can leave them for last because of how slow they run. The ones I'd say are like the second most dangerous, not the most dangerous, underneath the dogs, are the axe merchants. Axe merchant. Axe merchant. Axe merchant. Holy shit, you are trash. Not even fucking good mob, bro. You just throw a fucking axe. That's all you do. Because they run as fast as the torch mob zombies, which are the second fastest enemies in the game, but they are bigger than them, and they throw fucking axes that if you don't dodge them can take anywhere from 10 to 25% of your health with every single axe. And since there are anywhere from like 1 to 15 of these axe mobs per round, depending on how high you go, and they stop at the same time, they can throw 3 to 4 to 10 axes at you and you're dead instantly. So you have to watch out for every single axe they throw. And I bumped this up from a 5 out of time to now an 8 out of 10 because of how dangerous they are. They're fucking monsters, and because they're bigger enemies, they have more HP, so they are like a hybrid of Big Sloppy Joe in terms of like their HP, the amount of threat they carry, and also the amount of just menacing aura they just emanate, on top of the speed being somewhat similar to one of the faster mobs in the game. Horrific. Obviously, most difficult mob, I complain about them every single run I do in this gameplay here, the dog.
Oh my god.
They are so fucking horrifying, not only because they're so fast, but because if you don't pay attention, if you aren't looking for them every single round, every single time they're out, you don't hear them, you don't see them, they're going to take your health down to 20%, 30% in a blink of an eye without even noticing. And don't even get me started on you no clipping into some bench or into some wall, into a corner, and 3 of them are surrounding you. That's it, you lose. You cannot jump over them, you're just getting chomped at the ankles. That's it, game over. Oh no, bro. You shouldn't be able to get trapped like that. That's not fair. So they will end your run if you just so happen to get into a corner wrong. You just so happen to get a pixel off of your calculation, your box in the corner. I would say the only weakness is lateral movement. If you can just move to the right or to the left, right when they're about to lunge at you, they will just keep going straight in that direction for about another 2 seconds and then turn around and then charge you again. I would say the AR is the main reason why I chose the weapon here, because if you have the AR and they just absolutely keep running in a line and they turn around, charge at you again, just gun them all down. It's gonna be a butcher shop, just straight meat pocket just falling to the ground. That is me ranking all the enemies in Apocalypse 3D. I don't know if you will ever use this knowledge ever again in your life, but there it is. I gave it to you. Teehee. But I also fully beat stranding, and I have an updated review on that one. Let's go through this, shall we? So first of all, we have the plot. Now, the plot itself, very straightforward. You have a sex robot, which is meant to be you, helping this futuristic military colony in both sexual relief and reconnaissance. And that means going and getting equipment for them, since you can lift 3.5 tons canonically. What's up, buddy? Oh my god, do you see that, Willie? Nice boobs. Brand new model, Servant Extra Bot TO69. Okay, alright. 3.5 tons, and bring it back to them, or putting it in the right place. Like for example, you have to build a bridge to go across to open up a gateway that has been locked from the other side. Once you open up that bridge, you can then complete the last few missions, since you have that whole entire map open. Now, if you ignore all of the default package graphics looking sameness going on here, and the fact that a lot of your enemies are standing still, like uninteractive NPCs, as if like they're just going to spawn in once you enter the radius. Once you ignore all that stuff, get into the gameplay loop of the game, there is a plot to be had here. So you do stuff like that, and on top of that as well, you are killing a bunch of raiders, a bunch of robots, and a bunch of, actually that's it, raiders and robots. And they both bleed the same amount of blood. They both have the same amount of like damage mechanics. If you shoot them, they have the same amount of health as well. Everything's the same. So there isn't much variety other than their weapons. So that's something to look forward to. But once they ambush you, that's when it starts getting hairy because you can't necessarily hear footsteps or hear them like doing anything until they start shooting you or hitting you. So that's very important to notice if you are a Turtle Beach Andy there when you go into play Stranding. But it's just like Death Stranding where you're going to be delivering a lot of stuff, you're going to be carrying a lot of stuff, you're going to be walking around a lot of stuff, and the stuff that you carry and deliver takes damage. Bro, be serious. Why are they giving me achievements for losing this game, bro? Come on. Ah, fuck, I'm just gonna run. Fuck off. Fuck on my way. Well, I'm actually having more success by just running than I actually am like shooting it out. This game's so bullshit. And you're gonna be doing a lot of back and forth, and you get rewarded when you finish a task with a GIF of NSFW scene with the same default model and your character naked. That's it. That's all there is. And once you do that enough times, you finally beat the final boss, Big Dick, and they have a final joke, and the joke is death by snoo snoo, haha, come back, get the treasure, and you get 20 billion cum bucks, the end. Oh yes, that big old pylon fit inside that treasure chest. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. What is it? Wait, what is that? Is that desert treasure? Our friend. Fish friend, not food. Raiders are gone and dessert is free. Hugs tightly. Alright, SB, now to the bull. Okay. Then SB had a lot of adventures. Mining station was fully restored and gave enough resources to raise the what economy? There's like 10 dudes here. It's like an army base. What economy is there? The old city wasn't rebuilt, but it became a grave for the past of that sector, so everybody remembers it. And the small town near the border started to grow. After a few years, a new center of life and business. SP still works there, even though new sex bot models were developed. This one became a true and integral member of that city. Integral. The end. Now, can you spend these cum bucks on items after you buy the whole shop out? No. But what is the shop? I'm going to tell you that in a second. But first of all, we need to talk about the 2 worst missions of this game that I have cried and bitched and moaned when I was playing this game. Because I played all the footage and I recorded it live so you can see my pain, suffering, and agony live. Here's a couple clips from that. So the main thing is from the platforming hell itself, which is like the second, the third, the final stage you play. And basically, it's twofold. Number one, you have to get these generators and these whatever the hell this is. You put them into another generator and it keeps energy flowing so the military colonists can have enough energy to like spawn a society at the end of the video, what they're showing, right? But what they don't tell you is that how janky their platforming is, right? You cannot double tap either direction to like precision measure up what you want to do to the perfect pixel to get that jumping angle perfect. Because if you do, you souls roll, dodge roll out of the platforming thing you're on, you land, boom, you fall down. The thing is, if you can fall down and regenerate your health every single time you fall down without the item taking damage, that'd be great. But guess what? The moment you start this mission, you are locked in, saved with the items on your back. So therefore, you cannot drop an item. So you have to carefully either strategize and max out your amount of health you can have for your cargo to have, so therefore you can make more drops, or just don't fall off the platform, which is going to be damn near impossible because no matter what you do, you stay in a straight line, you jump, it's going to have a veering right angle. So even if you're jumping straight, you're going to be swerving to the right. So you have to calculate for that when you jump. And even if you do that, if you don't specifically angle it, not only with your mouse, not only with your character model, but with every single pixel on the other end of the platform, you don't calculate for that as well, you're going to fall off every single time. I can just make it. Nah, I got 2 more jumps to make. Okay. Oh. No! I got one more try. Come on. Lock in, twin. Damn it. Okay. Oh, here? Okay. No! Bro! Like... Even on this stuff, where it's as close as you can possibly get, as I thought I was safe, because you can't scale how far you jump, you just max jump every single time. And since it scales with your default jogging model, not just sprinting model, your jogging model, even if you go on a full walk, you still do a run jump, even if you're walking, which doesn't make any sense, because why wouldn't you walk jump? But that's the thing too, they make you walk jump if you don't calculate that as well. So therefore, there's a smidgen less of a distance you go if you walk jump, but if you jog jump, you do the full thing. If you sprint jump, it's also the full thing, but less control up until the point you're jumping. So therefore, the best way to jump would be 70% of times you're going to be doing running jumps, and then 30% of the time, if you want precision jumps, you want to do walking jumps. And if you get all this down pack, you'll be lucky to survive 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds of you dying because you fell off so many times. Luckily, the checkpoints are forgiving, so therefore you keep doing it over and over again, but it gets to a point where it's pointless because you have to go do this all over again on the next stage, where it's just you climbing up a bunch of square platforms that have holes in them out of nowhere that you can fall through and have to make it all over again. Platforming is ridiculous in the game. Why is it platforming at all? I don't fucking know. And platforming gets ridiculous because the mechanics maneuvering itself are so clunky that the next most annoying mission is putting poles in the ground. I am a speed merchant. You know what? You got it. Alright? This is as far as I'm playing this game. This is way too janky. I know I can easily beat this, but no. Mr. Trump, please, Mr. Trump, save me, Mr. Trump. Donald Trump, please save me. Why, bro? You have got... You get a mission to put poles into these specific holes in the ground, and if you don't do them correctly, you don't look at the holes and wait till they turn green, you highlight them and then press the E button, then guess what? It doesn't count. And guess what you have to do? You have to do all this where you're getting shot at by like 20 different enemies. I was trying to speed run it every single time. I was trying to speed run like boom, 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 but I can't do that because it takes like anywhere from 3 to 7 seconds to absolutely line your reticle up to get it into the hole properly. And if you don't do that, then you're just sitting there and just waiting for you to line it up. So what I had to do was I had to kill every single enemy, or at least most of them, in my way that can see me, so I don't get shot up when I'm trying to line up this pole. Because it takes anywhere from 2 to 7 seconds of direct gunfire for my cargo health to go from on 100% to 0. Doesn't matter if it's a sword, doesn't matter if it's bullets. 2 to 7 seconds, I am dead. So I have to calculate for everything. And even if I have 1% health, it doesn't matter. As long as I finish a mission, it is done. It's not Death Stranding where you get bonus points or deducted when you have more or less health. It's very forgiving on that front. So I am grateful that it has forgiving checkpoints and forgiving health thresholds, because I swear to God, if they're telling me I'm getting punished for having low amount of health for delivering my cargo, even though I'm getting punished for directly because of the fact that this game's mechanics are horrific when it comes to targeting and shit like that, and how it just, the bullets are 100% finding no matter what you do, I would have lost, I would have broken my computer, I would have broken your brain describing that horrific mechanic. But luckily it is more forgiving, therefore it is okay. But yeah, I'm running through these bullets. I'm trying to duck and dodge, weave. I'm testing every single weapon. The sniper doesn't fucking work. The knife damn sure doesn't fucking work. And I can't drop all these poles off, kill all of them, and then go back, pick them all up, and then drop. No. I have to carry everything and shoot them. And because, like I mentioned before, they're all like homing bullets and missiles that are coming from their guns, it is almost impossible to try to strategize long distance, short distance. What I had to end up doing was finding out where each of them were, like geolocation wise, run up to them, gun them down before they can even look at me, do that about 20 different times until I was down to like the last 2 or 3 poles. And then when I'm done like the last 2 or 3 poles, say fuck it, and just run the distance. And since I had max speed to begin with, it was almost impossible for them to catch up with me. If there's more than 3 enemies, then I can't outrun them because they can just go to a certain location that is within their zone of firing me, since they have a long range weapon that works for some fucking reason. Mine don't, no matter how fast I'm going. But because there's less than 3 enemies, I can outrun them. And holy fucking shit, this game is janky. And on top of that, the Steam achievements are broken in sex stranding, whatever you want to call it. I bought all of the perks here. You can see me buying them. You see the achievements pulling up on the bottom right of my screen here, but the buy all perks achievement does not pop up. So I beat the game. There's nothing else for me to buy in this fucking game. Yet Steam is still saying not only are there 5 more things for me to do, but I still have to buy more things out of the shop. So either that means I have to go and complete all these missions again to buy all these items again, or just live with the fact that I can't 100% this this game, which I am okay with because I'm not 100% in this fucking dog shit game. I bought everything. Why aren't you giving like fucking perk shit, man? At least with Strive 3D, there was something to strive for. I felt like I was achieving something and strategically having it pay off. While standing, no. You just run, jump, no skill required, use it to beat this game. You have to like absolutely min-max every single fucking thing you possibly can to get anything done in this game. Otherwise, you are going to be stuck in mediocrity for the rest of your fucking life. Actually, that is probably the quickest way to beat this game, is just running. That's it. You take more damage going head to head with people. Like there's one map I remember trying to do a mission, or I had to turn on different machines on a platform, and there were different corridors that would lock you in if you don't laser focus your character model into looking at the reticle, until looking at the machine until it turns green, and boom, waiting a second for feedback. Doing that 10 different times where like 20 different enemies are shooting at you. It's ridiculous. It's insane. It's too much. So with that all said, let's rate the perks and the weapons for Sex Standing, because hey, you know what? If you're gonna play this game, you might as well be prepared for everything there is to do for it. Because you know what? I gave up. I didn't want to 100% this, but I believe one of you motherfuckers out there are going to 100% this game and are going to prove it to me by sending it to me on Twitter or Discord or whatever. And if you do it, I'll give you a shout out, because that is commendable. I'm not gonna lie. That is very, very. I will give you a personal shout out. I have no idea, but yeah. If you do that, let me know. Anyway.
You still got it, don't you, bro? Yeah, you still got it.
We have crate health. Crate health, as it states, is the max HP of the containers you are carrying. I would suggest maxing the ever-loving fuck out of this first, because the crates are being carried half the time, like I mentioned before, that you can't drop them, and you're being shot at, again, the half the time you're carrying these crates, which are so important that if they get damaged enough with the yellow health bar here, then the mission ends. So as much health as you possibly can put into the crates, do it immediately. It'll save you so much time, especially since the last few missions are you fighting with the crates on your back. Speed, also pretty clutch. I put this in like terms of importance, like secondary, because it allows you to speed run certain levels. Because certain levels you can just like in and out, no sweat off your ball sack. Extremely easy. But the downside is the platforming with max speed is absolute torture. And I would suggest you pacing this around max level once you get over the platforming hell, which is going to be after you open the bridge door. So I would say after you do the pole level, get your speed up to around 2, get the platforming shit done, and then max the fuck out of that speed and you'll be fine. Grenade. Hot take, ignore the fuck out of this grenade perk. Do not use the grenade perk.
I ain't see my cousin in a long ass time. You bitch ass niggas, he gonna die behind me. Fuck is you talking about? And he crippin'.
Nah, delete that.
I thought you was still crippin'.
Delete that, bro.
You not crippin' no more?
Delete that. Delete that, bro.
Do not get this grenade perk unless it is the end of the game and you want the achievement, which if you're 100% in this game, you're going to need to do it anyway. Ammo. It's pretty good. Again, in that secondary tier, it goes up exponentially for more ammo you buy, so definitely something to look at, especially if you're upgrading weapons. So I would say pace the upgrading of ammo with upgrading weapons. So therefore, you have something to look forward to when you upgrade your weapons, because ammo goes really fast when you have to fight 10, 20, 30 enemies a mission. Health regen and health in general. Once you get to like 3 or max, you're basically invincible. So I would say if you were going to optimize this as much as you possibly can, get this level 2, you'll be fine for most, not all the gameplay up until the end, because you'll need more than like 2 level ups of this health, honestly. All right, now let's get to ranking the weapons in Sex Stranding, because these are pretty important as well.
God, somebody is musty as fuck. Bitch, I was busy. I just ain't know what it was. Oh my God.
That's a fucking shame.
The sword. Holy hell, the sword is useless. Me. Yes, that's the kid. Now find those bastards and kill them. Don't forget your sword. I have my sword. Don't remind me. You're stupid and dumb. I'm wondering what this angle's for. Curious. It's the first weapon they give you, the first weapon that you notice is just absolute jank. And one of the easiest mobs to kill has the sword melee weapon. So that's how you know how dog shit weapon is. You try to run up to somebody, you're getting shot and dying every single time. Because guess what? They have homing tracking bullets that kill you from 2 to 7 seconds. And guess how long it takes you to get to an enemy? Anywhere from 2 to 7 seconds. So you're going to die. Unless you have max speed upgrades, which then, even in that case, with max speed and a melee weapon, you're going to die faster. So So therefore, in that instance, focus on everything else except this sword. This sword is specifically there to bloat time. If you're stupid enough to keep using the sword, you're gonna put more game time, play time into this game, therefore making this game seem like it's more of a good thing to use. So therefore, do not use the sword. 5th, sniper rifle.
Nice shot.
This sniper goes so hard, bro. Too bad it doesn't fucking aim. Horrible weapon in this game. Since bullet tracking in this game doesn't exist, you can't use it at long range at all. And the only way this weapon is absolutely useful is when you get it at max rank, which at that point, you beast the game at that point, you know? So what are you even doing for? It is horrible on every front. The fire rate, dog shit. Short range, dog shit. Medium range, dog shit. Reticle, dog, everything is just horrible. And it has no ammo on top of that, so do not get the sniper. Number 4, grenade. Off the chain, no anal beads, put on their neck, killing them breed. Niggas be stupid, killing them breed. Ain't calling cops, watching them bleed. I only used this like 10 total times in about 2 skirmishes out of like the 40 skirmishes I had in this game. And when I used it, the range is so short, I had to run up to the enemy, throw it, go back to cover, hide, hear it blow up, go back, and it's still running at me. Since there are no health bars, I couldn't determine how much damage this did, because when I put my weapon to shoot them, it took the same amount of time to kill them as if I didn't use a grenade. So therefore, I'm only assuming either they ran out of the range a grenade was thrown in, since it was down a hill and a slope here, or just so little damage it doesn't fucking matter at all. And in that front, why even use a grenade at all? Which adds to my point of do not upgrade a grenade perk unless you're getting the achievement, which at that point you already beat the game, since you have like the most amount of money, which is around $6 million at the end of the game. 3rd, the pistol.
You pull that trigger, you never.
At max level, it is somewhat usable. It's a slow and steady fire rate, making reliable medium range, but again, the horrible bullet tracking makes it cut off on long range anyway, so therefore I would suggest not focusing on anything long range at all. Since you shoot a bullet, it goes about like 10-20 feet away from you, it starts veering right or left immediately, like a repellent. Number 2, the submachine gun. It's really, really good in short range, and it got me out of a lot of hair situations. I would say the best pairing, like in terms of optimization, is max speed, max submachine gun, because you just run and gun. You just go in there, you have max ammo on top of this, have 45 to 50 bullets in a clip, I believe. So you're gonna run max speed, warp speed it feels like, gun them down while you're running, and in about like 2 to 3 seconds, they're down. Instantly, go to the next one, down, right? It's very useful. Almost feels like a shotgun, but it isn't a shotgun, so I can't even call it a shotgun, but it feels like a shotgun. Downside though, there is no medium range good or as good as the assault rifle, and long range, what are you doing at this point? And of course, number 1 is the assault rifle.
The San Antonio Spurs are NBA champions once again, their 4th title in 9 years.
Just like in 3D, Sex 3D. It is absolutely busted. Once you get the minimum of 2 upgrades, you're already extremely good in all ranges, even in long range. Which, again, I don't know how the fuck you're using long range at all in this game, since long range is basically impossible. But somehow, the automatic rifle does the trick. It doesn't excel in short range and medium range like the submachine gun does, but because it is absolutely optimal and usable in long range at all, and can be used in medium and short range, it is one of the most go-to weapons to go to. Only downside is obviously the ammo side, but it has 30 bullets in the clip, so it's usable regardless. It saved the gameplay. It made it absolutely somewhat entertaining for me to finish this game, so therefore, AR, go. So in terms of the enemy variation, there isn't that much of it going on. I mentioned beforehand, it's just the weapons they use. They use snipers, they use assault rifles, submachine guns, and knife. That's basically it. So that is that on Sex Standing. I hope that very extensive review of the game itself makes you want to play it, not play it, or whatever it is you want to do with your life. It's your money. It's your $10. I'm not even kidding you. I cannot believe looking into the script now after giving this another try, it has made my day a lot better. I was very bored, very lethargic. I've been full of 30 meals of Thanksgiving and Christmas leftovers. I play Sexpocalypse 3D. Boom, my mood has changed. Now, all my criticisms still stand on Sex Hell. It's just you running around in a maze. And the Sex Standing is basically just Death Stranding, except every mission you do complete, you just have sex with the person who gives you the mission. I have a few complaints about this game here and there, but overall it's not that bad, and compared to Sex Hell, this is a AAA studio that is meant to go to the moon. But those are my brimming reviews so far, and I have most of the gameplay footage from Sex Standing anyway that I can show you here, so that should suffice of my criticism there.